April Jones was 5 years old when she was abducted and murdered. Her killer had repeatedly viewed photos of child sex abuse on his computer.
What we went through is hell. And it still is.
Her parents demanded action to tackle online child abuse, and 5 News even arranged for them to meet David Cameron. But now we found that many child protection experts think the government's still failing.
Are you disappointed with what David Cameron's done?
I think he's hoodwinked us a little bit by coming out with the drums, banging his drums and saying we're doing this and we're doing that. But he hasn't actually put any money or any foundation or anything in place to actually back up what he's doing. He's left it to the internet.
And so if you could speak to David Cameron right now, what would your message be to him? What would you say to him?
When I spoke to David Cameron last time, the last parting thing I said to him when I left him, and he looked at me a bit strange like, is I said aim high, because then the dark one can only fall low.
But he aimed low.
And to me, he's fallen well short of the mark.
Google and Microsoft promised to block thousands of indecent search terms and install pop-up warnings. But according to our survey of almost 400 teachers, police and social workers, that's not the answer.
This is what they do.
Jim Gamble was once head of the UK's police unit, tackling child exploitation online. He thinks the government's got its priorities all wrong.
There has to be an increased investment in policing so that predators fear going onto the internet, so that there's a deterrent, because their current view on deterrence is that a pop-up on Google telling someone that actually seeking out child abuse images is illegal and that they may be arrested, they think that's deterrent. That's not.
Here at Kent Police, they have a specialist dedicated team, but many of those on the front line say resources across the UK are underfunded and officers are massively overstretched.
People will be handling 20, 30 cases, each one of which could land up in a child being seriously harmed or killed. That isn't an easy thing to do, particularly when you're under scrutiny all of the time. And if you get it wrong, you may be having a serious case review, looking at your practice, and you're going to be blamed.
The parents of April Jones are determined not to give up their battle.
So other families won't go through what we've gone through. And like people in the government say, yeah, we'll help, but they don't. They just say, just to keep us quiet. I'm sure that's what they're saying, but they've picked the wrong family, we'll fight.
April Jones is not the first victim of a paedophile driven by the internet. Her family fear she won't be the last. Rebecca Barry, 5 News.